Hi, this is Candy. Today I am going to this Goodwill in Oldsmar, Florida. I will put the address down in the description. I haven't ever seen a video of someone featuring this store, and I'm surprised because it's one of the best I've ever been to. When you walk in, it almost has the feel of a superstore. There are so many clothes and shoes. There's even some new items. I went about mid-morning, and I believe this is what they consider one of their new bins. It looked like it had been picked over a little bit, mostly just one set of china, but this cup and saucer stood out to me. I love the simplistic, minimal, chic design of it, the all white. I did put it back because I don't need another cup and saucer, and I couldn't see the maker's mark on the back. The sticker was over it. So I went ahead and looked through the bowls and the dinnerware. And of course, blue and white always has me stop and look first. I like the shape of these bowls. I will say that this section was layers upon layers of beautiful china and pottery. I liked these bowls too. There was a set of 3. I left those behind. I thought these bowls on the bottom had a really nice look to them, like very fall. And they were by Clay Art. There was a set of 4. I also spotted a whole set of these kind of baby blue colored plates in the back. To my surprise, they were cute little bunny plates. I thought maybe they were mud pie. They were originally by the Southern Living Store. You might not be able to see the Hallmark with all those stickers there, but there was, I think, 10 of these plates, and they were really cute. I have always loved a classic buffalo check pattern, even before Mackenzie Childs was all the rage. These were originally from Kirkland's. They were $2.98 a piece, definitely well made, nice sturdy china dishware. I also really liked the look of this bowl, like the glaze of it. It almost looked like they were jellyfish swimming in the ocean. It was really pretty, like a pottery piece. It was $4.98 for the bowl, and it was signed on the bottom. I really debated about that because it did look like the ocean, and my vendor booth is in Myrtle Beach, and I sell coastal themed items pretty well. This set I actually already own. I don't have as many pieces as they had available here, but I do have a couple mugs and bowls. Then look at this beautiful color on this Lusterware. This was beautiful. I was kind of shaking because I'm like, please don't drop this. This is so beautiful and so delicate. I ended up getting these because I just have never seen anything like it. They had a whole set of the pink rose false graph pattern dishware set, and look at that beautiful glass. I love all the colors. I'm not sure if it's Murano. I did find Murano later on, little spoiler alert. This piece was $15, which I thought was a pretty reasonable price. Here's a look at just one of the aisles, and you can see how packed it is. There were a lot of Dunn mugs. This was $3.98 for this large queen bee one, which I thought was cute. They had some fun Christmas ones. I actually see the match there. I liked that cute #1 teacher mug. A little donut, don't touch my coffee. That's cute. And then I thought this was a cabbage mug. Ended up being asparagus. I believe all of their mugs were $2.98, which is a little bit more than I'm used to. In Myrtle Beach, everything is 59 cents with the mugs and the glasses usually. Now these were beautiful. I love this color. These are the amber daisy and button pattern, and there was I believe there was a set of 6. I liked these jars, especially the one that looked like the lighthouse. $2.98 for that. It was missing a lid or a stopper, but still a really cool jar, especially if you wanted to collect shells in it. This was a really beautiful glass piece. When I got it closer, I don't know if you spotted it there on the right, but the painting of the glass was actually starting to chip off. So I left that behind. I do like a nice kind of vignette with some layered vases or sculptural pieces like these two together. I thought they really complemented each other and would go nicely together. I left those there though, not quite my style, but I can definitely appreciate them. That's the bottom of my punch bowl that I often use for grapes. These mugs were really pretty. Again, they were $2.98 a piece. I also liked this piece. Look at that beautiful glaze on that. Almost looked like Lenox. Very pretty as like a little planter or just as a vase for display. I definitely love my compotes. I feel like in every video I end up buying one, but I do sell them really well, and I use them a lot around my house too. Look how beautiful this one is. I did end up going back and getting it. I liked this little teapot, and this piece was really pretty. It was made out of stone, very heavy. This was a fun pop of color, maybe as a spoon rest on your kitchen counter. Didn't have a maker's mark on the bottom or a price, but really pretty and a pretty color too. Speaking of coastal, I liked these fish. It reminded me of the dinner we went to the night before. I'm looking for colored ones so I can layer them on plates. I like the look of this with the polka dots and the floral pattern on the inside. That was really pretty, maybe for Easter. I saw a checkered pattern, so I had to see what these were. They had a little bow and some corn. Those were cute. Couldn't see the maker's mark on the bottom. Those were $2.98 a piece. I spotted a pink, pretty little trinket dish with a flower and a ladybug. It was quite heavy, so I believe that it was a candle, but I couldn't get it open because it was taped. I couldn't tell if it was used or not, so I did leave that behind. This was a really cool vintage jug or canister. This would be cute on the counter. I think it's from Michael's originally, but I like the look of it. I have seen these kind of jugs and canisters and different pieces around a lot in antique stores. It is German made, and I don't know if the lettering was added later. I couldn't find any information on that, but I still like the look of it. I love the blue and the gray together, so I added that to the cart. I thought this was a pretty vase. It had a sparkly brown at the top that originally caught my eye. And you can spot it here, the vintage Murano glass. I was getting close to it, but I couldn't believe it didn't stick out to me more. I was checking out those little salt and pepper sets, and then I was like, wait a second, what is this beautiful piece? I wish you could see the iridescence of it in person. It is beautiful. It was $4.98. I'm almost positive that it's vintage Murano glass. I definitely got this piece. It is perfect for Valentine's Day. Well, the color is just perfect for me anyway. I love pink. Then I thought I spotted maybe a pie dish. I pulled this one out. This one was made in Italy. Had a really pretty glaze on that. This was a cute little pumpkin dish. I'm already in the fall mode, even though it's still really hot in Myrtle Beach, and it was definitely hot in Florida and very humid. This was the piece I wanted to look at. I don't believe that it's an actual piece that you can bake in, mostly just for decor, but that would look cute up on an easel, in a vignette, or on your counter as a backdrop, or you could hang it as a backsplash piece. That was really pretty. This piece in the back definitely had me fooled. It had gilding and reticulation on the handles, but I believe it's a replica. Look at that stamp on it. I think, yeah, that really had me surprised. I have not come across something like that before, so let me know what you think. I liked these little dishes too. They looked like oyster shells to me. It was $3.98 for the whole set, and there were 2 of them. And then underneath here was this beautiful divided dish that had an Irish blessing on it, and I just like the overall look of it. It was $4.98 for the piece. I just think that's so cute for St. Patrick's Day. And I do have a client that shops with me often, and she got married on St. Patrick's Day. I think she may even have gone to Ireland, maybe on a honeymoon, but she collects these things for me, so I had her in mind when I bought that. I thought this big coastal piece had a signature on the inside. Ended up it was just a piece maybe from TJ Maxx or something along those lines. So I put that piece back and kept on looking. I have those salt and pepper sets. I like those. That was also a salt and pepper set. Up on the top, I spotted this iris and herringbone glass candy dish. This is beautiful. I love this pattern. My grandmother has the glasses that we usually drink our sweet tea from. I spotted some watermelons. If you watched my reel that I posted in Florida, the day before I had found the watermelon basket, and then this one was like a little footed bowl or compote. So I thought that was fun, that someone must have donated the whole set, but it was separated. This was really cute, and it was $8.98, made by Linens and Things. Really cute and summery. On the next shelf, I spotted this piece. I have this one. I believe it's diamond point. I used mine to hold a candle, and it's just perfect. I really liked this pottery piece. I can definitely appreciate handmade pottery. This one even had little feet on the bottom. I took a pottery class when I was younger, and it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, especially making intricate details and artwork. And anyway, I always appreciate it when I see it at the thrift store. I think this may have been an art and craft project as well. I saw some fake fruit back there. Still not sure how I feel about it. I love the glass fruit, but I don't know about the plastic stuff. What do you guys think? This piece was also really cool. I watch another creator here on YouTube that collects pottery, and the way that she appreciates it and just knows so much about the process of pottery makes me stop and look at it when I see it. I found an ashtray. It reminded me of my mom. She puts her plunger in the bathroom in an ashtray, which that is so my mom. She's gonna make anything classy and nice, even a plunger. This was a pretty little trinket dish. I always turn things over to look for a maker's mark or a hallmark, but usually the stickers prevent me from seeing anything, and I'm just not one to try to remove the sticker. Usually you can use your Google Lens, but when I am thrifting, I usually just stick with my instinct. If I like something, I will get it. I can often tell good quality just by being able to hold it and feel it. But that's just what I rely on. If I'm really stumped about a piece and I'm considering buying it, I will pull out my Google Lens. This was a very unique piece. Solid wood, very heavy. It did have that green stuff in the center that I always struggle with to get out. Isn't this a fun little canister or utensil holder? It was $10. It's a pig and with the matching spoons. Like, how fun. That would need the right kitchen to go in, but I can appreciate it. And it was nice and heavy and well made. I just realized as I'm watching this video, I passed over that McCoy or Hull piece that was there on the top shelf. I think it was a crock with a lid. But again, these shelves were so packed, it was hard to take it all in. And I only had so much time before I had to get on the road and head back home. I just saw there that I missed some ducks. If you watched my last video, it was all duck themed. So I have quite a few ducks stocked up in my vendor booth, ready to go. I really do need some more jewelry storage on my dresser, so I thought about getting that piece. This is really pretty too. I thought I could put like rings and such on it. It had a little lip on the bottom, but it wasn't as heavy and sturdy as I would like it to be. And this aisle was the only one that wasn't as well organized, and things were just stacked in there, and it was really difficult to remove one item without fear of everything coming crashing down on you. So I was just really careful about what I was going to pull out and look at. The next section I wanted to look at was the picture frames. This one was really pretty and beachy. It was $6.98 though, so I left this one behind. And I liked these 3 mirrors on the bottom. I have a wall gallery of art, of decorative mirrors rather, that's in my entryway to my home. They all kind of mix match, but all of them are gold. And so they kind of go, but they're not too matchy-matchy. And I just think it works really well. And I would love to do another one, maybe with silver frames. I did a reel on 7 different ways to use a thrifted frame. So if you need some ideas, go check that out. Now this store also had a lot of new items, new with the original tag, maybe from closeouts. The original price on these lamps were $29.99. And again, they were still brand new. I was looking for the Goodwill tag. There it is. It was also $29.99. And I thought these little cat boxes were cute. They said they were bento boxes. That's pretty adorable. I have never seen those before. And then I saw this really pretty shell. Is that not the most perfect pink shell? It was $6.98, but I believe it was handmade. Like, that was a beautiful piece, especially put like your jewelry in. There were these sets of mugs, which I thought were a pretty good price. They were $8.99, but you got 4 mugs and the holder. Like, that would look cute on a coffee bar. Then I went and checked out the baskets. There were baskets on one side and smaller wood items and such on the other. I liked this tiered tray. It reminded me of the one that I have in my kitchen that I use for my spices. I use the most often in my fancy salt and pepper. I also looked at this faux topiary. I know everyone's vendor booth is different, but I tend to sell my faux plants and my decorative items. I used not to put prices on them, but now I do because people do like to buy them. Because even like the faux plants and greenery can be expensive when you buy them new. So if you find some that, aren't overly dusty or dirty, it's really easy to salvage them. That was a really pretty box. I believe it was a reproduction though, not true vintage. This was a beautiful woven basket for $4.98. It was huge. That would be pretty on a wall if you had like a collage of them. I'm always looking for storage baskets as well. I thought these were pretty nice. They stacked on top of each other pretty well, and that looked like there were 3 of them. I liked those 3 white ones that would kind of hang on a surface. Wasn't this a cute little paper towel holder? A teddy bear. That is so cute. My grandfather's name was Theodore and we called him Teddy, so my grandmother collects teddy bear items. I almost got that for her, but her paper towels, she has it hanging, so I passed on that. I wanted to see if that was original artwork, but it wasn't. It was just a print. That's the shelf I was looking at before. I thought that was really pretty. They did have a cabinet of some of the nicer, what they consider the nicer glass pieces. I really liked this flower. I didn't look at the artist because they had it marked at $40, and that's just more than I wanted to spend, so I left that behind. This actually wasn't a true vintage glass piece. You could see that it was clear on the bottom, which means that the glass was painted. Now, as I was walking around the store, I heard a couple of the employees had put more items out, so I do double back and was checking to see what I had missed. I really like this set of bowls. Like, look how beautiful those are. I liked those. They put those in the back. And I was just seeing what else I may have missed because it was easy to look over items that were so layered on top of each other. Isn't this a really pretty gravy boat? I love that. It's very modern, $4.98. I liked the piece that was under it too. It was ceramic, but it looked like one of those woven baskets that you would hang on the wall. I just think that's so pretty. It was $4.98. It was made in the USA. I ended up getting it because I've never seen anything like it, and I feel like it's pretty versatile and neutral, and a lot of people would like that. It would go in a lot of different spaces. I wanted to check out this pottery piece too. I think it was the bottom of a butter dish, and I couldn't find the top, so I left that behind. The other thing I wanted to look at while I was in this area that I thought was new there's the matching plates to those bowls, was this little cat head. I sell cat items really well in my booth too. That was pretty cute. There were some corn glass holders there. I saw them putting out some divided glass trays and I wanted to get a closer look, and then I found them. Look how beautiful this one is. All of the details. It even has little feet on the bottom. It was $4.98. I just think that is so stunning. One of the prettiest ones I've seen. And then I found a John Deere mixing bowl, which I have never come across before. I thought this was kind of fun. We have a lot of family in Indiana, and I thought about buying this as a gift for my sister-in-law. She would get a kick out of it. I went back to the mugs because I am starting to do some early Christmas shopping, and I wanted to have a set of fun Christmas mugs, like unique ones. This one was definitely unique, and plus I love things with candy canes. But I put it in my cart for a little bit to see if I could find the match, and I never did find it. So I ended up putting that one back, although that would have been perfect for the idea that I had in mind. And I was just pointing out that I did get the glass compote that I showed you earlier. I thought this piece was really pretty. I debated about getting it because I have the cream and sugar, and I thought that would have been pretty to put those on. I wish there would have been more of these because it looked like the sunset and they were made in England. I just thought that was really pretty. I loved this big bowl. Look at those roses. It was hand painted. I figured it was made in Italy because it just had that feel, and it was. That would be a big, beautiful salad bowl for hostessing. I love the look of it. These are really nice classic bowls too. I like the white, like kind of the two-tone look, the gray and the white together. On the bottom was this large bouquet vase. It was heavy. I debated about even using one hand to like push it over to see the price because it was giant and crystal and gorgeous. I also wanted to see these plates. I'm pretty sure these are the ones that match some that I have at home that are Pioneer Woman. I just want to see what price they had on them. Yes, they were $1.98, which I think is a great price. And my Pioneer Woman dishes have traveled with me from Texas to Florida to Myrtle Beach. Like, they are really great quality. I like to look at these bowls too. I'm always on the hunt for some nice neutral dishes. A lot of my family that I buy for, they like neutral things. I like those blue and white plates too. So here's what I ended up getting. It doesn't look like much, but these were definitely my favorite items. And I could have bought more. I did double back because they brought another new bin out, another Ray Dunn piece. This piece was really pretty. It ended up being a candle and not just a jar, but I liked the Lusterware on it. I did decide to go back and look through a couple more things because I saw they had put some more dishes out in the back. I wanted to see what these were because there was a whole slew of them. They were $4.98 a piece, which I thought was a little on the high side. So I left those behind. And then I saw the gold rim of this dish here, so I wanted to move those around. But this caught my eye first. Like, how funky is that? It's really cool though. I mean, I can appreciate unique pieces. And these bowls, they were not Pyrex. This is the piece I wanted to look at. I thought maybe it was Lenox, but it wasn't. So I left that behind even though it was pretty. There was also an area behind the counter where they had like some of their unique finds. And I really liked that blue and green glass piece. It may have been Murano. I'm not sure. But even the things that were in the glass were not too expensive. Like, that was $25 for that big vase. And that beautiful covered candy dish wasn't too bad. And I really liked this one teapot on the end that looked like a piano. That's definitely adorable. I love that. And there was one up there too. That was really cute. And this Goodwill packaged everything up for me, which I thought was so nice. So I will see you on the next trip.